When it comes to cybersecurity, there are 4 core considerations for your business: prevention, protection, detection, and response. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about each concept and what it means for your organization. Did you know that the majority of newsworthy breaches have been preventable? In fact, over 90% of security breaches last year could have been prevented with varying levels of cybersecurity solutions. That's why prevention is the first key concept in cybersecurity. Here are a few security features that can strengthen your preventative security structure. A strong perimeter. Good security starts with a strong perimeter because it's the first layer of defense, like the moat around your castle. Security appliances, like a next-generation firewall or web application firewall, should stand between your network and outside threats. Endpoint protection. An effective antivirus solution is another important preventative measure. An AV program should be installed and running on every endpoint within your network. Email security. 91% of breaches start with a malicious email. With a strong email security solution in place, you can limit the amount of unsafe or unwanted emails that reach your users' inboxes with features like email sandboxing, anti-spam, and antivirus solutions. Well-trained staff. The end user is often the weakest link in your network. Be sure that all users within your organization are trained to recognize phishing emails, unsecure websites, and other malicious content an attacker might use against them. With these preventative features in place, not only will you be more prepared to resist cyber attacks, but you can be sure that you're doing the most to prevent threats from becoming breaches. Next, we have protection. While prevention is the first step in keeping attackers out, you must also ensure that sensitive or valuable data held within your network is properly protected. This can be achieved with a few key security features. Password protection and password best practices. It should be no surprise that strong passwords are important to security. But it takes more than a strong password to make password protection a valuable security feature. Try implementing more password-related policies in your organization, including password expirations, two-factor authentication, and password storage policies. Authentication and access control. Controlling who has access to different levels of data is an important step to protect against both insider and outsider threats. Once levels of information access are set, protect your data by ensuring that only specific accounts have the authority to view or modify it. Encryption. Protecting the data in your network also requires encryption to prevent outside forces from accessing your assets. Encryption can be employed on both your network storage and your endpoints, keeping everything from accounts to data records protected. The next core concept is detection. If a threat bypasses the previous security measures, it will be important to identify it as quickly as possible to prevent extensive damage or loss. The easiest way to prepare for quick detection is to have a threat monitoring or discovery service set up in your network. Security Information and Event Management, or SIEM, is one way to do this. The best SIEM software collects and analyzes all the logs in your network, from individual workstations to network servers, and it correlates related events. SIEM software can help identify unusual login attempts, unauthorized access, and other security events that might be signs of a breach. Finally, there's response. It's not fun to think about what might happen if a threat bypasses all of your security measures. But having a data breach response plan ahead of time can be a valuable asset to your security. Creating this plan will require the following considerations: an assessment of your overall risk and audit of your assets. If an attacker has gained access to a certain area of your network, you'll need to know quickly and easily what data is at risk and what might have been breached. Having a blueprint of your security posture in advance can help you prepare for the worst. Remediation. It's also important that your breach response plan has steps for remediation. Preparation in this area leaves no room for chaos when something goes wrong. Instead, your team should know exactly what to do or who to call. Notification. Speaking of who to call, you'll also need to account for who will be notified in the event of a breach. Depending on compliance regulations, you may need to notify certain authorities immediately. And if personal information was obtained in the breach, you'll also need to notify the individuals whose data was lost. So, cybersecurity might not sound as easy after all of that. But don't worry, If you keep these 4 concepts in mind, you can build a strong cybersecurity posture. Here at Infogressive, we have products and services that can help you every step of the way, and we can take care of all of the hard parts for you. We offer fully managed solutions, complete with setup, monitoring, and support. So let us focus on the cybersecurity, and you can focus on what matters most, your business. Contact us today. Sleep soundly tonight.